Y como les prometimos, es un verdadero honor poder platicar con una leyenda del rock, de la música, de la escena británica, Lol Tolhurst, quien está en Hay Festival para presentarnos Gótico, un recuento del cual él mismo nos habla. Thank you very much, Lol, for this interview. What about Gothic? What is it about? What are you telling us through this book?
It's really just it's a guide to how to understand goth music and goth culture, but it's not a comprehensive history of the movement, but it's an explanation. If you don't know what it's about, this will explain it.
How would you define this conception of Gothic? During the press conference, you defined Gothic as the yin and the yang on the one hand,
yeah,
compared to punk culture, yeah, as something more nihilistic.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Punk was really the seed for things, and it changed everything. Back in the late 70s, there was disco, there was prog rock. There wasn't much for young musicians to think about how they could do things. And then, like I said, I saw the Clash, and I was like, my eyes were opened, and I was like, okay, I can do this. But goth's like another step further. It's a bit more vulnerable.
A feeling.
Yes.
What is it like? Gloom?
Well, it is, isn't it? It's an acceptance of the bad and, well, not the bad so much. It's acceptance of the dark and the light, because neither exists without the other.
How would you explain this presence worldwide?
Well, because people are people. People have the same needs and desires and feelings. It hits more intensely in certain places. I mean, especially here in Mexico, is very intensely a Gothic place for me. And that's great. But it's all over. There are beach goths. There are all kinds of people. And I think it's an attitude of mind. It doesn't matter where you live and whether it's sunny or dark. Well, I think that's the very reason it remains, because it's. I was talking to somebody earlier today about how we all have a screen to look at and talk to people 24/7 around the globe, but we are more disconnected than ever. We are not connected to each other. And what happens with something like this, with goth, is it's a place. It's not really even an idea, it's a place for people to be together.
How has technology changed how people feel and conceive music?
Well, like I said, I think really a lot of it, supposes to connect us, but actually alienates us more. So I think, a movement of any sort, has to be where you connect things. I meet people sometimes, my age, who will say, conspiratorially, there is no good music anymore. And I go, no, you've just forgotten where to find it. You don't know where it is. You don't know where to look for it. And I'm lucky I have a young son. He can show me where to look for it. And it's still there, still magnificent.
How has life changed? How has life made you approach Robert Smith, someone you know from the very early stage of life, 5 years old?
Yeah. I don't know. It's like people say, are you friends? I say, we're family. That's the truth. The way your family is, right? Sometimes it's great. Sometimes, your family is your family, right? So they are people. Robert's probably the prime example that I'm always going to know, until the day I die.